Hello everyone and welcome back to ERU. I think this is the first time that it's back this season. I've been on holiday, I'm not too sure. But yes, football has returned and what a treat. You have not only me, but James Waine joining us here today. James, Haaland scoring goals, Mitrovic is up and running. How happy are you that football has returned?
Yeah, it was a good weekend for us in few regards really. On our fantasy draft head-to-head, we both got the win, I believe. Our strikers are scoring 2 goals each.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend all round. I wasn't feeling very well, to be fair. I had a bit of a rough weekend, but I kind of just sat back, watched as much football as I could, and nearly there recovered. So yeah, it was a good weekend still. What about you, Henry? How was your weekend?
Oh, perfect, mate. Yes, good tonic having the football back. I'm great, as you said. A lot of abuse in the Football Daily fantasy chat about my team.
Yeah,
a lot of people calling it the worst team they'd ever seen.
It was interesting when you were picking your players, but I mean, it came good this weekend. So
good. Long may that remain the way. I'm sure it won't. But yes, anyway, we're not here to talk about fantasy. We're not here to talk about Premier League. We're here to talk about European football, and there are so many talking points this weekend after an explosive return, mainly German and French football, but we'll get into that. But anyway, our talking point this week comes in from @MyCollins on Twitter. Thank you very much for sending that through. And that's talk about Callum HudsonOdoi's future. It looks like he could be going to Borussia Dortmund. James, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, a player that I've kind of had a keen eye on since his brother played for Hampton and Richmond way back in 2017. Callum HudsonOdoi, it looks like kind of there's a few reports. We've seen a lot of it this season of Chelsea players wanting out. Sky Germany's Florian Plattenberg has revealed that Timo Werner is looking like he's working his way to a permanent deal to RB Leipzig.
Oof.
So it's good for him because we all know there's a great player inside, Timo Werner, and it just hasn't worked at Chelsea. It's one of the kind of curses of the number 9, and the kind of quicker we can see Timo Werner getting out the door, playing as we know he can do in the Bundesliga, and hopefully starting up top for Germany in the upcoming World Cup, the better. But yeah, Leipzig can only muster up a 1-1 draw this weekend. Stuttgart keeper, I think what's his name, Florian Müller, great performance from him, but yeah, bit of a disappointing start for Leipzig that. But back to Callum HudsonOdoi. He looks like he's next up in the kind of leaving of Chelsea with Todd Bowley's kind of crazy window that we've seen. Obviously, he wants regular first-team football. He hasn't had it much at Chelsea. He didn't feature at all in Chelsea's 1-0 win away at Everton, and didn't start at all for their last 2 pre-season games. So it looks like he's not in Tuchel's plans once again. He only earned 11 starts last season in the Prem, gaining less than 1,000 minutes. That's the 19th most in the Chelsea squad. And yeah, it's been a similar story for quite some time now. Now, according to The Guardian, he's frustrated at Thomas Tuchel, kind of rightly so, that he won't play him on the left of the attack, which is his favourite position, seeing him more as a right wing back, which I can see why he would be annoyed at that. So if we cast our minds back to 2019, obviously Bayern Munich, there was heavy interest from them. He signed a 5-year deal with Chelsea on £120,000 a week, so it seemed okay at the time, but now we look back at the kind of Bundesliga and what they've done for kind of unappreciated stars, it kind of seems like the wrong move. I mean, Callum HudsonOdoi at Bayern Munich is an exciting prospect, and we haven't seen much of him. But Henry, who's interested now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm amazed looking at his numbers at how little minutes he's had in the past few seasons, but there's still plenty of interest in him because he's an explosive player on his day, and according to Sky Sports in particular, there are 4 clubs who are set to battle it out. In England, Southampton have made contact. I could see that being a great move for him, but maybe he could go a bit higher. Leicester City are also interested as well. Still haven't signed a player this summer, although I thought it looks all right in that 2-2 draw at the weekend. The thing that might be working in the Foxes' favour is obviously Chelsea want Wesley Fofana and that 80 million plus deal. I doubt they really want to sell Fofana at this point, but if their push comes to shove and they can get HudsonOdoi in some kind of return deal, then I think that's still some kind of good business. But really, the big names are coming from the continent, aren't they? It's Juventus apparently interested. I mean, they could definitely use an extra body in their forward line after losing Dybala. this summer, and then we've seen Borussia Dortmund come in as well. And I do like this move. I like any Englishman to Borussia Dortmund. They've got Bino Gittins, the young lad out there, who hopefully is going to get quite a few minutes this season. But yeah, I mean, this isn't the first time they've gone in for the England international. They tried to get him last summer. Howie probably wishes that he made that move. And we've seen them. They've lost Seb Haller. He's continuing his battle against his testicular tumour, so he's off the cards. Not that it's a like for like replacement in many respects. I mean, he's certainly more of a wide forward, as you say, best positions on the left. And if we look at who they lined up at the weekend, in what is actually quite an impressive 1-0 victory against Bayer Leverkusen, what a way to start the season with a sort of narrow win against someone who's going to be pushing you close this term. I mean, they lined up with Daniel Marlin on the left, Mukoko up in the middle, and then Karim Adeyemi on the right. We're talking Hazard and Julian Brandt off the bench. I mean, Hazard and Brandt, two players I'm not massively convinced about. So Hudson-Odoi, I think, would be an excellent addition to that forward line, would certainly get minutes, more so than he's received at Chelsea. I think, yeah, I mean, Mukoko's still very young, isn't he? Adeyemi in his first season. Marlin hasn't had quite the output you're expected. So he should get plenty of opportunities there if he does decide to go to BVB. And let's face it, they need all the help they can get after we saw Bayern Munich absolutely destroy Eintracht Frankfurt 6-1. Yeah, I mean, frightening result really, isn't it? I mean, it looks like they're really getting their act together this season under Nagelsmann. So yeah, I mean, according to Sky Sports, the German outfit, one of the first to really make a concrete move for the Englishman, but he's going to wait and listen to all the offers on the table. He wants to get this right, and fair play to him. He wants to get the minutes just to show what he can really do. I'd love to see him have a 2,000-minute season, you know what I mean? Really get some starts, get some goals, light up the division, because I think he's an asset for club and country when available. But I mean, James, if you had to pick someone, who would you be going to if you were Callum HudsonOdoi?
Just for the fact that we've seen the development of young players, you'll be kind of ushered in and coached by a player like Royce as well, kind of picking up a similar position. Obviously, they don't play in exactly the same way, but they play in a similar position. I would definitely see him going to Borussia Dortmund. That would be my first choice. Juventus is not a bad shout at all. I mean, the fact that it's a bit more of a competitive league in terms of Juventus will be challenging for the title more than Borussia Dortmund will, so there's kind of more on the cards for him at Juventus. I'd just say either. Just go. Just get out there, play some football, because we know, I mean, he's 21 years old now, and for so long, it's felt like an age. We've been saying we want to see Callum HudsonOdoi play football. And yeah, just if you're watching, get out as quickly as you can. Juventus, Borussia Dortmund, take them both. Don't stay in England. I don't really see the moves working well in England. I think both sides are, I mean, Southampton and Leicester this is. Southampton looks slightly troubled in terms of the. I mean, their business was okay, you know, but it seems like the start of a rebuild when they already have Hasenhüttl. So for me, it would be quite confusing if he went there, but then it would make sense in terms of they are getting in a lot of young players. So, but Leicester, yeah, stay clear. I think it's a bit, yeah, stay clear of Leicester. But yeah, I'd happily see him go to the continent.
All right, Callum, if you're listening, head to Dortmund, head to Juventus. That's where we want to see you go. All right, let us know what you think he should do in the comments down below. We're going to move on to our result of the week.
So there were a number of great results over France and Germany. Union Berlin won the derby against Hertha. Lille recorded an impressive start under Paulo Fonseca with a 4-1 win over Ligue 1 New Boys Auxerre. But we can't ignore PSG's excellent form under new coach Christophe Galtier. Henry, it's scary for Ligue 1, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we say this every season, and there's always a hiccup. So, yeah, I'm going to hold my breath, but they are looking formidable. Thanks to @Rondon the Goat for sending this in. This is obviously their 5-0 thumping of Clermont this weekend, and they are looking formidable under Christophe Galtier, aren't they? They went unbeaten in pre-season, and then, you know, last few games they've just been rolling sides over for fun. We'll get on to that in a second. But, I mean, slight worry at the start of this game. Kylian Mbappe was ruled out with a minor injury, but not to worry, because Neymar smashed home on 9 minutes for Achraf Hakimi. Finished off a brilliant flowing move just before the half-hour mark, and then even before half-time, Marquinhos was on the score sheet too. Come the second half, that was when Lionel Messi stepped up and sort of stole the show, tapping home in the 80th minute after some unselfish play from Neymar, before sealing the win with, I mean, what a goal. Bicycle kick lob. I haven't really seen sort of a delicate lob bicycle kick before. I think it was quite like a novel goal in many ways. But yeah, controlled a lovely pass from Paredes and flicked it over Mori Dior in the Clermont goal. I mean, I think Messi could be on for another special campaign. And in truth, it could have been more than 5, couldn't it? I mean, PSG created 18 chances, hitting the target 12 times. Mori Dior in goal actually had a pretty good game by any regards. 7 saves in total. He was just up against easily one of the best attacks we'll see in Europe once again this season. Simply too good with the French champions this week against Clermont. And PSG have now scored 15 in their last 3 matches. They put 6 past Gamba Osaka in a pre-season friendly, then 4 past Nantes in the Trophée des Champions, and now 5 against Clermont. It's great to see when they're flowing this motion, and I'm really happy for Galtier because I've bigged him up a lot in the last few seasons. I think he's an absolutely excellent coach. Isn't perhaps the elite name that people associate with PSG, but they're moving in a different direction. But I mean, for you, James, who are the star performers in this victory?
Yeah, as you say, like Galtier kind of does seem like the right fit for PSG, especially at the moment. Kind of they want to change their kind of philosophy of getting in big stars, and I think he's a brilliant manager to kind of see through this transition. Obviously, he set up PSG in a 3-4-3, changing from Pochettino's 4-3-3, and looks to be extremely effective. Kimpembe, Marquinhos, and Ramos have all the kind of hallmarks of a brilliant defensive line, shielded by Verratti and Vitor Ferreira at the base of midfield. I mean, Clermont could only muster up a 0.2 xG from 7 attempts, but that's kind of to be expected. This is Clermont versus PSG. No disrespect for Clermont. All 3 centre-halves completed over 90% of their passes and were accurate with 10 long balls coming from deep. Ramos particularly looked very good. I mean, looks a bit more comfortable in this PSG side, winning 2 of his 3 aerials, completing 6 long balls, and really should have scored. Kind of got ahead of his marker from I think it was Messi on the corner, nodding at near post. Did everything right, but just kind of didn't get the goal this time. However, Messi and Neymar completely stole the show. Neymar only had 1 shot, which he scored, but was just so impressive. Along with his 3 assists, he created 4 big chances, produced 4 crosses, and won 6 of his 9 ground duels. It was brilliant to see him and Messi just link up again. It was like the Barca days. It was scary enough then, and it's going to be extremely scary this season. With after the kind of speculation as well, you know, could he have left this summer? It wasn't really concrete rumours, but there were rumours nonetheless of Neymar leaving. So yeah, it looks like he's back. He's happy. I mean, he scored twice against Nantes. So yeah, Neymar could be back, which is, as I keep saying, frightening. Messi as well was absolutely exceptional through this game. 4 shots, 6 dribbles, 2 big chances created, and an 85% pass accuracy. And as you said, Henry, like, what a goal. What a goal. But Sarabia started on the right, but once again, Mbappe returns to make things even more scary. They've got Lille and Montpellier next. And Henry, as I've kept saying, it's scary, it's great for PSG. All these kind of superlatives that I'm giving them. Do you see anything stopping them this season?
Not domestically, no. I think, I mean, we'll get on to Marseille in a second, but I think, yeah, I mean, it's a given most of the time, Ligue 1. But yeah, I mean, Champions League is ultimately the test for them. And a lot of people joking in the comments that we were going to say, is this the year PSG win the Champions League? We're not going to say that just yet. As you said, bigger tests to come than Clermont. But, you know, respect to them too. Did really well to survive last season. But yeah, PSG, watch this space. Could be in for a very exciting campaign. Let's move on to our Star of the Week. All right, it's time for Star of the Week. But before we go there, make sure you have subscribed to EFD. Hit the notification bell. It's a big season coming up, and you want to be here for every single video we put out. So please do that right now. Our Star of the Week, though, comes in from Euro expert. We can't ignore him. It's Nuno Tavares. I mean, what a great debut for him. But a lot of great performances all round at Europe, wasn't there, James?
Yeah, quite a few candidates for Star of the Week this week. Teji Savanier, excellent as normal for Montpellier. Jonathan David netted 2 times for Lille, while Jamal Musiala absolutely shone for Bayern Munich. He scored twice in a man-of-the-match performance this weekend after dominating in Bayern's Super Cup victory against RB Leipzig. This really could be his season. He looks like an absolute superstar. I know I keep getting excited, but yeah, 2 games, one game into the season. But it's football's back. I'm allowed to be excited. However, a lot of you have suggested Nuno Tavares for good reason, to be fair. The Portuguese fullback joined Marseille on loan at the end of July. Obviously a bit of interesting, let's say, season last season with Arsenal. But yeah, enjoyed an exceptional debut. He scored an excellent 4-1 victory over Reims, and his all-round performance was impressive, which is kind of the issue at Arsenal, where it was slightly erratic, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think liability is what you can maybe say about him last season. I mean, to be fair, he had about just over 1,000 minutes in the Premier League, 1 goal, 1 assist. I think just the sight of him ballooning shots over from everywhere is the thing that sticks in my head of Tavares. But he's only 22. He's still really young. Yeah. And maybe a move to Marseille, that culture just seems to fit a lot of players. We've certainly seen that of Arsenal players going there. Saliba shining and absolutely dominating on his debut. Well overdue for the Gunners. And Matteo Guendouzi made that loan move to Marseille permanent and is a real sort of leader in their midfield. But yeah, Tavares, what a debut performance. Can't deny it. Put up 3 tackles, 2 interceptions in defence, then going forward, 4 key passes, 3 dribbles completed, 2 big chances created, and that goal, which was really well taken, slotted into the bottom corner. So yeah, I'm really pleased for him. I love Marseille. I've got a real affinity to them. I think most people do. They've just got that wild kind of culture about them. And yeah, I mean, he's going to have Champions League football again this season. So why not make this the moment for him to really step up? And I'm also pleased for Igor Tudor, the new coach of OM. A lot of talk about the players being unhappy in pre-season with his methods. Apparently he shouts a lot and is quite demanding. I mean, it's going to be difficult coming from Sampaoli, who was such a maverick coach, into Igor Tudor. But he is clearly, with this victory, 4-1 against a Reims side. Yes, they've lost Ekatike and a few other stars, but I mean, by the way, Florian Balogun got his first goal on loan at Reims. That's great news for Arsenal fans as well. So yeah, it was really Arsenal-influenced league and match this weekend. So yeah, but I mean, great for Marseille, great for Tudor. Their new signing, Luis Suarez from Granada, the Colombian, he netted twice as well. Apparently, Alexis Sanchez is on his way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be great in that forward line. I saw they played Gerson up in attack. He's normally meant to be a bit more of a box-to-box midfielder, so there's certainly room for another attacker in that forward line. They've got Milik and Bakambu as well. So strap in, ladies and gentlemen, for another wild year with Marseille. You can't beat it. But anyway, that's it. We've run out of time. We've chatted on enough today here on Euro Roundup. Let us know what you thought of the show down below. James, so great to be on Screen Review as always. What should our adoring audience go and watch now?
As you may have seen, Stat Wars is back. If you haven't, get yourself over there. I think it's been a while. It's been a while for all of us, really, and I'm just excited to see it back. It's a bit of a hallmark of Eurofootball Daily, so yeah, go check that out.
Spot on, absolutely. I'm buzzing to be making my debut in future weeks.
Have you made your debut?
I made my debut, long overdue. Wow. 3 years in, but yeah, go check.
COVID's really done a number.
Lest we forget. All right, subscribe to the channel, all that, and we'll see you next time. Have a great week. Bye bye.